Hello everyone. I want to extend a warm welcome to all of you who have come to the Solo Camping Recap channel. This is where I share peaceful moments and interesting experiences of camping alone in the wilderness. If you enjoy my videos and want to support me on this journey, please subscribe to the channel so you don't miss the latest videos. Your support is a huge motivation for me to continue bringing captivating and genuine content. Thank you very much. I hope you have relaxing and enjoyable moments while watching the channel. One early morning, with mist still lingering on the treetops and the cool air of the deep forest tempering the summer heat, a young woman named Emma decided to embark on an adventure into the woods. She carried a backpack filled with essential items, including camping gear, cooking utensils, and some provisions. After a while of walking, she arrived at a crystal-clear stream. Emma decided to stop and set up camp here. She pitched her tent beside the stream, arranged her belongings neatly, and quickly changed into her swimsuit. Emma couldn't resist the inviting cool water, so she jumped into the stream and started swimming joyfully. The cool water made her feel incredibly refreshed. While swimming, Emma noticed some snails clinging to the rocks underwater. She immediately thought of catching a few snails for a delicious lunch. Emma dove down and skillfully caught the largest snails. After catching enough, she returned to the shore and began preparing lunch. Emma took out her mini gas stove and set a pot of water to boil. While waiting for the water to boil, she cleaned the snails she had just caught, meticulously scraping off the mud and dirt from their shells with a small knife. She also used some salt to scrub them clean. To add more flavor, Emma cut a few stalks of lemongrass and some lime leaves she had brought along. She crushed the lemongrass to release its fragrance and tore the lime leaves to let their essential oil spread. When the water boiled, she added the snails to the pot along with the lemongrass and lime leaves. The aroma from the pot began to spread, making Emma feel hungrier than ever. While waiting for the snails to cook, Emma prepared some dipping sauce. She finally chopped some garlic, chili, and ginger, then mixed them with fish sauce. She added a bit of sugar and lime juice, creating a perfect dipping sauce. Once the snails were cooked, she scooped them out, let them drain, and arranged them neatly on a plate. The spicy dipping sauce was placed beside, ready for lunch. Sitting by the stream, Emma began to enjoy her creation. She picked up each snail, skillfully extracted the meat, and dipped it into the ginger fish sauce. The natural sweetness of the snails combined with the spicy kick of the ginger and the aroma of the lemongrass and lime leaves made the lunch more wonderful than ever. The deliciousness came not only from the taste, but also from the joy of preparing everything by herself from start to finish. After the meal, Emma laid back on a mat under the shade of a tree, listening to the gentle sound of the flowing stream and the chirping of birds. She closed her eyes, enjoying the peaceful and relaxing atmosphere. The soft sunlight filtering through the leaves created a dreamy space like in a fairy tale. That entire afternoon, Emma rested by the stream, reading and letting her mind wander in nature. These peaceful moments made her feel that life was truly lovely and meaningful. As the sun began to set, Emma cleaned up her campsite, packed her belongings, and prepared to head back. She looked back at the beautiful stream with a sense of longing, promising to return here someday soon. Today's adventure not only brought Emma a delicious meal but also unforgettable experiences and a sense of harmony with nature. One fresh morning, as the first rays of sunlight filtered through the forest canopy, Lina, a young, vibrant girl, decided to spend the entire day experiencing the wild nature. Lina loves the tranquility and beauty of the mountains and forests, where she can find peace of mind. Lina carried a compact backpack filled with essential items, a yoga mat, a favorite book, and some ingredients for lunch. Venturing deep into the forest, she chose a clearing beside a small stream as her resting spot. First, Lina began preparing her lunch. She brought along a strange fruit given to her by friends, but she didn't know exactly what it was. The fruit had a rough exterior and bright color, looking like a cross between a gourd and a pineapple. Lina decided to experiment, hoping for a special meal. She lit a fire, placed a grill over it, and started cooking the fruit. The sweet aroma emanating from the fruit's skin, mingling with the campfire smoke, created an enticing scent. Lina sliced the fruit thinly, added a bit of honey and spices, and grilled them over the fire. The unique flavor of the fruit made Lina feel excited and curious about its origin. After finishing her simple but unique lunch, Lina spread out her yoga mat in the middle of the forest. She began with basic movements, slowly transitioning and feeling each breath. Amidst the lush green trees, the chirping birds, and the babbling brook, Lina felt herself merging with nature. Yoga helped her relax her body, refresh her mind, and connect more deeply with her surroundings. As the sun rose higher, Lina decided to cool off in the stream. She gently stepped into the cool water, feeling each current flow over her skin. The clear, refreshing stream water made her feel incredibly invigorated. Lina immersed herself in the water, closed her eyes, and let her mind drift with the natural sounds of the forest. After bathing, Lina sat on a large rock by the stream, letting her hair dry naturally in the sunlight. That day, Lina experienced wonderful moments in the embrace of nature. She realized that sometimes, simple things like a unique meal, a yoga session in the forest, or a dip in the stream are enough to refresh the spirit and bring joy to life. Lina left the forest with her heart filled with excitement and gratitude. She knew she would return to this place many more times to continue exploring and enjoying the wonders that nature brings. Welcome to our channel. Today, we will follow Emily on an exciting adventure as she leaves the noisy city behind to find a wild garden where she can immerse herself in nature. One sunny afternoon, Emily decided to leave the city and head to a wild garden by the riverside. There, she set up a tent and arranged an outdoor meal under the shade of green trees. After everything was ready, Emily took a walk and picked a bouquet of colorful wildflowers to decorate her tent, creating a cozy and picturesque space amidst the peaceful nature. On a radiant sunny afternoon, a girl named Emily decided to leave the noisy city behind to find a wild garden where she could relax and enjoy nature. This garden was by the riverside, shaded by green trees and filled with wildflowers of all colors. The petals swayed in the wind, carrying a fragrant scent. Emily chose a quiet corner of the garden, near an ancient tree with ample shade, to set up camp. She pitched a small, charming tent, just enough to protect her from the night dew and the morning sun. After finishing setting up the tent, Emily decided to arrange an outdoor meal. She brought out a small wooden table and a few folding chairs, placing them under the tree. Everything felt peaceful and idyllic. Once everything was ready, Emily decided to take a walk around the garden. While strolling, she stumbled upon a strange pink flower, standing out among the wildflowers. The flower had soft petals and emitted a sweet fragrance. She gently picked the flower, feeling as though she was becoming one with nature. Not stopping there, Emily continued to pick more flowers of various kinds, from bright yellow daisies and delicate pink roses to clusters of purple blossoms. She arranged them into a lovely bouquet and brought it back to decorate her tent. The colorful and fragrant bouquet made her tent feel cozier and more vibrant than ever. Emily prepared to cook pho, her favorite dish. She boiled water and added fresh slices of beef, spices, and the distinctive herbs of pho. The fragrant aroma of the pho spread throughout the space, mingling with the scent of wildflowers, creating a very pleasant and relaxing atmosphere. Emily cooked while enjoying the surrounding scenery. Birds chirped on the branches, and butterflies fluttered everywhere, creating a beautiful natural painting. When the hot bowl of pho was ready, Emily sat down to enjoy it. The rich flavor of the broth, the tender and sweet beef, and the chewy noodles all combined to make a wonderful meal. Emily felt extremely happy and content. After the meal, Emily decided to take a walk around the garden. She picked wildflowers of various colors, from bright yellow daisies and delicate pink roses to clusters of purple blossoms. She arranged the flowers into a lovely bouquet and placed it in her long black hair. Emily took a few photos to capture these memorable moments. As the sun set, painting the sky red, Emily returned to her tent to prepare for a peaceful night amidst nature. She spread a soft blanket and lay down to gaze at the twinkling stars in the night sky. Welcome to the Review Solo Camping channel. Today, I'm going to share with you the amazing solo camping journey of Lina, a young woman who ventured deep into the forest to relax and heal her soul. On this trip, Lina experienced unforgettable moments. From tying a steel wire to a tree to hang a kettle for boiling water, setting up her tent and gathering firewood, to discovering interesting things in the forest. She also spent time practicing yoga in the peaceful embrace of nature. At the end of the day, Lina found a refreshing stream to bathe and swim in, enjoying the invigorating feeling of the clear, cool water. Join us as we follow Lina's journey and discover the unique experiences in her solo camping adventure. Lina woke up on a fresh summer morning, deciding to spend the entire day in the forest to relax and recharge. She prepared carefully. In her hands, she carried a sturdy coil of wire, a small, shiny metal kettle, and a new fire starter. With these three items, she believed she could prepare a relaxing drink in the wilderness. Stepping into the forest, Lina immediately felt the difference from the noisy city. Birds sang like a natural symphony, blending with the fresh scent of leaves and damp earth from the night's rain. She ventured deep into the forest, choosing a small path that led to a quiet area beside a large, ancient tree. This spot seemed to have been waiting for her, with its flat, clear ground and cool shade. She placed the wire coil and kettle on the ground and began to dig a small hole with a trowel she had brought along. The moist and soft soil was easy to dig, creating a hole wide enough for a fire pit. Lina gathered dry branches and leaves from around, arranging them neatly in the hole. Then, she took out the wire coil, carefully tying it to a sturdy branch above the hole, creating a perfect hanger for the kettle. Lina used the fire starter to ignite the pile of dry wood. The small flames started dancing, spreading quickly through the dry branches and leaves, soon becoming a warm, steady fire. She hung the kettle over the flames to let the water boil. The sound of water starting to bubble and the rising steam brought a comforting warmth. While waiting for the water to boil, Lina took out a packet of instant coffee from her backpack. She opened the packet, and the rich aroma of freshly brewed coffee filled the air, mingling with the smell of the campfire and the fragrant forest. Lina poured the coffee into a cup, then carefully poured the boiling water from the kettle into the cup, stirring to dissolve the coffee. She sat down on a nearby rock, sipping the hot coffee. The warmth from the cup spread through her hands. Lina leaned back, closed her eyes, and let herself sink into the forest's peaceful atmosphere. The birds chirping, the crackling fire, and the gentle sound of wind rustling through the leaves made her feel embraced by Mother Nature. Each sip of coffee brought a wave of relaxation, washing away all the stress and anxiety. Lina recalled the stressful workdays, long meetings, and relentless pressure. Now, in the quiet of the forest, she realized how much she needed a moment to pause and savor these simple moments. After enjoying the hot cup of coffee and soaking in the forest tranquility, Lina began preparing for her camping stay. She decided to set up a small tent to rest overnight and prepare a simple meal. Lina took a small hatchet from her backpack and approached some dry trees nearby. She started chopping the large, sturdy branches, then split them into small, neat pieces of firewood. Each decisive chop sent branches falling to the ground, creating a tidy pile of wood. Although tiring, this work gave her a sense of accomplishment and a strong connection to nature. Once she had gathered enough wood, Lina returned to the spot she had chosen for her campsite. She began setting up her tent. With the experience of a seasoned camper, Lina quickly finished pitching the tent, creating a small, cozy space for herself. The tent stood neatly under the shade of a tree, not far from the fire pit, giving a sense of safety and comfort. Next, Lina started preparing the fire pit. She dug a small hole in the ground, about a handspan deep, and used small stones to create 2 supports on either side of the hole to place the pot and other cooking tools. This setup would help concentrate the heat and keep the fire burning longer. Lina placed an empty tin can and an egg beside the fire pit. She used small branches to start the fire in the hole, creating a stable and lasting flame. When the fire was burning steadily, she placed the tin can on the stone supports and poured water into it. Once the water boiled, Lina carefully dropped the egg into the can to cook. The crackling fire, the aroma of burning wood, and the fresh forest air made the meal more special than ever. After finishing her simple yet delicious meal, Lina felt energized and relaxed. She decided to spend some time doing yoga to further enjoy the peace and connect deeply with the surrounding nature. Lina spread her yoga mat on the soft grass under the shade of a tree. The sky was clear and the sunlight gently filtered through the leaves, creating beautiful patches of light and shadow. She took a deep breath, feeling the fresh air fill her lungs, carrying the fragrance of leaves and forest earth. Lina began her session with the Tadasana, mountain pose. She stood tall, feet together, arms relaxed at her sides, focusing on her steady breathing. This pose helped her feel balanced and connected to the solid ground beneath her feet. Next, Lina moved into Vrikshasana, tree pose. She gently lifted her left foot, placing the sole of her left foot on the inside of her right thigh, hands pressed together in front of her chest, then slowly raised them above her head. Maintaining balance in this pose, Lina felt as if she were part of the forest, standing strong and blending with nature. She continued her practice with Adho Mukha Svanasana, downward-facing dog. Lina placed her hands and feet on the mat, raising her hips high, forming a triangle with the ground. This pose helped stretch her entire body, from her arms to her legs, and she felt the comfort spreading through every muscle. Then, Lina transitioned into Bhujangasana, cobra pose. Lying face down on the mat, she pressed her hands into the ground and lifted her head and chest, arching her back. This pose opened up her chest, allowing her to breathe more deeply and feel the flexibility in her body. To conclude her session, Lina lay down on the mat in Shavasana, corpse pose. She relaxed her entire body, closed her eyes, focused on her breathing, and felt each heartbeat. As the afternoon wore on and the sun dipped below the horizon, casting a golden glow across the forest, Lina decided to indulge in one last delightful experience, bathing in a stream amid the wild nature. She paused at a small brook where crystal-clear water cascaded over large and small rocks. Lina stepped into the stream, feeling the cool water trickle over her skin, bringing a refreshing and relaxing sensation to her tired body after a long day. She experimented with various bathing styles, standing under a small waterfall to enjoy the powerful rush of falling water, sitting quietly in a small pool to soak in the serene water, and even using large stones to create a natural shower with water flowing from the rocks. The coolness of the stream, along with the sounds of the forest echoing around her, made Lina feel completely liberated from the hustle and bustle of urban life. Each dip in the stream felt like a spiritual experience, helping her find harmony and peace. As the sun fully set and the night enveloped the forest, Lina emerged from the stream with a refreshed and serene spirit. She had experienced a meaningful camping day, where she not only connected with nature but also with her inner self. This was Lina's unforgettable solo camping journey, a journey to heal and rejuvenate her soul, where she found peace and happiness in the simplest and most natural moments of life. Welcome to the Camping Review channel, where we explore exciting camping trips and experience the wonders of nature together. On our channel, you'll join me as we venture into deep forests, set up camps, enjoy outdoor meals, and experience the incredible moments that nature has to offer. Each trip is a new story, a journey full of inspiration, helping us relieve stress and connect more deeply with the world around us. Now, let me introduce you to a girl named Lynn, a nature lover and adventure enthusiast. One day, She decided to go camping alone in the deep forest to enjoy the peace and tranquility. Lynn prepared meticulously before setting off. She packed a backpack with all the necessary supplies, a tent, clothes, food, and cooking utensils. Early in the morning, she began her journey, walking through narrow trails leading into the forest. The lush greenery and the cheerful chirping of birds created a truly enchanting natural setting. After a few hours of hiking, Lynn found a flat clearing next to a small stream. This was the perfect spot for her to set up camp. Eagerly, she started her work, driving stakes into the ground, pitching the tent, and quickly transforming this small area into her temporary home. The green tent blended harmoniously with the surrounding forest, creating a serene and pleasant scene. Once the tent was up, Lynn decided to take a dip in the stream to cool off after a busy morning. She changed into a sexy bikini and gently stepped into the crystal-clear water. The cool water felt incredibly refreshing. Sunlight filtered through, making the water sparkle with magical light. Lynn lay on a rock by the stream, enjoying the tranquility and the raw beauty of nature. After her swim, Lynn changed into comfortable yet still stylish clothes to continue her adventure. After her dip in the stream and changing into some comfortable clothes, Lynn started getting ready for her outdoor meal. She decided to clear a spot next to her tent to set up a campfire. She chose a flat area, free of dry leaves, to ensure safety when lighting the fire. Lynn began by gathering dry branches and small twigs from the surrounding forest. She also picked up some stones to arrange around the campfire area, forming a circle to keep the fire contained. Once she had enough wood and made sure it was safe, she started the fire using a lighter and some dry paper. The flames quickly burst to life, radiating warmth and a cozy glow amid the lush green forest. When the fire was steady, Lynn placed a pot of water on the campfire to boil. While waiting for the water to heat up, she prepared the ingredients for her meal. She had brought along some coffee and tea, so she could enjoy a hot drink in the serene natural setting. As the water began to boil, Lynn poured some into a coffee filter. The rich aroma of the coffee soon filled the area. She sat down, sipping the hot coffee, savoring the peaceful and relaxing moment. After her swim in the stream and changing into comfortable clothes, Lynn began preparing for her outdoor meal. Realizing that the spot next to the tent wasn't ideal for cooking, she decided to look for a new place to set up her campfire. Lynn wandered around the area, searching for a flat, safe spot with plenty of open space. Finally, she found a clear patch of ground near a large tree, not far from her tent. This was the perfect spot for her new campfire. She started by gathering dry branches and small twigs from the surrounding area. She also picked up some stones to arrange around the campfire area, forming a circle to contain the fire and prevent it from spreading. Carefully, she checked the area to ensure it was safe, making sure there were no dry leaves or flammable materials nearby. Once she had enough wood and had arranged the stones in a circle, Lynn started the fire. She used a lighter and some dry paper to ignite the flames. The fire quickly roared to life, radiating warmth and a comforting glow amid the lush green forest. When the fire was steady, Lynn prepared the meat and spices for grilling. She skewered the meat onto sticks and began grilling them over the glowing embers. The aroma of the grilling meat soon filled the air, tantalizing her senses. Lynn used tongs to flip each piece of meat, ensuring it cooked evenly without burning. The grilled meat started to turn a golden brown and emitted a delicious fragrance. When the meat was perfectly cooked, Lynn arranged her meal. A plate of succulent grilled meat and a glass of cool water from the stream. Everything made for a perfect meal. Lynn sat by the fire and began to enjoy her meal. She took a bite of the grilled meat, savoring the sweetness of the meat combined with the spices and the smoky flavor from the charcoal. She felt truly satisfied and happy, surrounded by the serene beauty of nature. After finishing her meal, Lynn cleaned up everything. She extinguished the fire, collected the trash, and packed all her gear into her backpack. Lynn always had a strong sense of environmental responsibility, so she made sure not to leave any trace of her presence in the forest. Finally, Lynn packed up her tent and prepared to head back. The sky had darkened, and the forest began to slip into the night. On her way back, she felt a deep sense of peace and happiness. The adventure had made her love nature even more and filled her with renewed energy. The story of Lynn and her camping trip deep in the forest is a testament to the harmony between humans and nature. It reminds us that sometimes the most peaceful and joyful moments come from the simplest and most familiar things in life. One summer morning, under a clear blue sky and brilliant golden sunlight, young mother Emily decided to take her newborn daughter, Olivia, into the woods for a camping trip. Emily had always loved nature and wanted to instill in her little daughter a love and understanding of the environment from her earliest days. Emily meticulously prepared everything, from the tent, food, and water, to essential tools. She also brought along a small shovel and a pocket knife for clearing bushes. Baby Olivia was snug in a carrier strapped to Emily's chest. Mother and daughter were excited as they set off, chatting happily along the way. After walking a long distance, they found an empty patch of ground near a stream. The water in the stream was crystal clear, sparkling under the sunlight. The sound of the babbling stream and the chirping of birds created a tranquil and unfamiliar scene. Emily decided this was the perfect spot to set up camp. With Olivia still in the carrier, Emily began clearing bushes. She skillfully cut small bushes with her pocket knife and used the small shovel to tidy up overgrown grass. Olivia lay peacefully in the carrier, her eyes wide open, curiously watching her mother at work. Once the clearing was done, Emily started pitching the tent. With Olivia still on her chest, she secured ropes, hammered pegs, and double-checked everything meticulously to ensure safety for both herself and her daughter. It was more challenging with a baby strapped to her, but Emily felt warm and content to have Olivia by her side. After the tent was set up, Emily gently placed Olivia inside. She arranged a soft blanket and a few plush toys to make Olivia comfortable for her nap. Olivia seemed to be delighted with the new space, her eyes wide open, looking at her mother and around with curiosity. Emily went outside, retrieved a foldable table and chairs from her backpack, and began preparing a light meal. She took out quick food she had brought along: sandwiches, fresh fruits, cheese, and juice. She laid them out neatly on the table, creating a simple yet nutritious meal. When everything was ready, Emily returned to the tent, lifted Olivia out, and placed her in a small, adorable outdoor high chair she had brought. Olivia gazed at her mother with innocent eyes, curious about the colorful foods in front of her. Emily sat down beside Olivia, and the two enjoyed the cool, natural surroundings. Emily conversed with Olivia while they ate, occasionally feeding her bits of mashed fruits. Olivia giggled with joy, enjoying the cool, sweet fruits. Mother and daughter sat under the shade of green trees, the sound of the babbling stream and chirping birds creating a gentle, natural melody. Emily felt peaceful and happy seeing Olivia cheerful and healthy. After playing with Olivia and admiring the surrounding natural scenery, Emily gently placed baby Olivia in the tent. She laid down a soft blanket and placed some plush toys beside her so Olivia could rest comfortably. Olivia looked at her mother with innocent eyes, seeming to understand that her mother would be right back. Emily stepped outside, heading towards the nearby stream. She enjoyed the cool, refreshing water, gently splashing her face and relaxing in the clear stream. The sound of the babbling brook was soothing, making Emily feel relaxed and refreshed after a long morning of activities. Once refreshed, she quickly returned to the tent to prepare lunch for herself and Olivia. Emily gathered her cooking utensils and began preparing lunch. She set up a small camp stove and prepared a simple yet nutritious meal with quail eggs, various fruits, and a few snacks like biscuits and cheese. While cooking, Emily occasionally glanced back at the tent to ensure Olivia was still peacefully asleep. When the meal was ready, Emily neatly arranged the food on the compact table she had set up outside the tent. She admired the colorful and enticing dishes before deciding to take advantage of some time to swim in the stream before Olivia woke up. Emily swiftly made her way back to the nearby stream. Emily grabbed a clean set of clothes and a towel from her backpack, then gently stepped out of the tent. She walked towards the nearby stream where the water flowed gently over cool, smooth rocks. Emily slowly waded into the stream, feeling the refreshing water touch her bare feet, which brought her a sense of invigoration. She sat down on a large rock in the middle of the stream, allowing the water to flow around her legs and body. She splashed water on her face, feeling each cool droplet cascade over her skin, washing away all weariness and worries. Emily tilted her face towards the sky, closed her eyes, took deep breaths, and absorbed the tranquility of nature. The sound of the babbling brook blended with the melodious chirping of birds in the forest, creating a gentle and soothing natural symphony. Emily gently splashed water over her body, feeling the cool streams flow over her shoulders, chest, and back, dispelling the heat of the midday sun. Emily leisurely bathed, appreciating each gentle movement and feeling utterly relaxed. She let the natural stream water cleanse her body, bringing a sense of freshness and rejuvenation. Occasionally, Emily looked up at the floating white clouds in the sky, her heart filled with joy and contentment. After finishing her bath, Emily walked back to the shore, dried herself with the towel. She put on the clean clothes, feeling comfortable and refreshed on her skin. Emily neatly packed away the towel and her used clothes into her backpack, gazing once more at the clear stream with gratitude for this wonderful moment of relaxation. Not long after, Emily heard the gentle cries of baby Olivia waking up in the tent. She hurriedly returned to the tent, dried herself off, and quickly went back inside. Emily lifted baby Olivia up, soothing her gently and holding her little daughter in warm, loving arms. Emily took Olivia outside, sat down on a chair, and began breastfeeding her. Olivia latched onto the breast, her eyes closed in contentment, feeling the warmth and safety from her mother's embrace. Emily looked at her daughter with overflowing love, feeling the deep bond between them. After Olivia finished breastfeeding, Emily started feeding her the prepared snacks. She mashed up some quail eggs into small bites for Olivia to enjoy. Olivia giggled with delight, enjoying the new flavors and the tiny bites her mother fed her. Mother and daughter sat under the cool shade of the trees, enjoying a light and joyful lunch. The sound of the babbling brook and the chirping of birds blended with Olivia's laughter, creating a peaceful and warm atmosphere. Emily felt a deep sense of peace and happiness seeing Olivia happy and healthy. This camping trip not only allowed them to enjoy nature but also strengthened their family bond, creating beautiful and unforgettable memories. Emily knew that the lessons about love for nature and family bonds would deeply ingrain in Olivia's mind, despite her young age. That afternoon, under the cool shade of the trees, mother and daughter enjoyed moments of peace and happiness together. Finally, Emily tidied up and rearranged the belongings, placing Olivia in the tent so the child could rest. Emily continued to enjoy the peaceful afternoon by the stream, soaking in the tranquility and energy from nature. That's the story of Emily and Olivia morning and afternoon during their hiking trip.